Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second channel, Swanee Rants. It's been a while. It's been about four months. I've been a little busy. Things are changing though. I don't have Cookie as an editor anymore. So with that, I'm gonna be doing things a little bit differently. So hopefully, I'm gonna be posting more on this channel. So now that I don't have to worry about paying an employee, I can kinda have a little bit more freedom to experiment a bit. So, yeah, but today, I have to talk about the Nintendo drama. So, if for some reason you haven't heard, I mean, I'm a couple days late to this, but the Switch 2 was announced, and with that, they announced the new price increase, which is where the drama's at. The Nintendo Switch 2 is $450. And then there's a bundle with the Mario Kart, and it's about $500. So they're like bundling it so you can save money. But the new Mario World is $80. And if you get the physical version, it's $90. That is crazy. That is just insane to me. This is Nintendo basically just ripping off the band aid and just taking that leap into pushing just video game prices to the next level. And since this has been announced, like everybody just assumes now that Grand Theft Auto is going to be like $100. I think this is a big turning point for the video game industry, and I don't think it's going to go back to normal. Like this is the new normal. I hope this severely bites Nintendo in the ass. I hope it does. I hope like right now the world is in chaos. Like Trump just announced his tariffs, the stock market just completely tanked. But basically the tariffs are just insane and the whole world is reacting to them. And because of that, Nintendo actually announced that they're delaying the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 because of Trump's tariffs. So the Nintendo Switch 2 might end up being more than $500 in the United States. Plus, they're pushing $80 games. And what I think is going to happen is this is going to be the start of like competitive pricing. If every company just starts pricing their games at whatever they think they should be valued at, this might be a good thing because I feel like they're going to just eat themselves alive. I guarantee if Nintendo can get away with this and they have their $80, $90 video games, there is no way companies like EA aren't going to jump on that and start pumping out like $100 yearly Maddens. And it's already to the point where I think people are starting to get fed up with these games that are like $70. Like we're still, to me, $70 is still like that was the jump. I'm still getting used to $70 games. And then now they're trying to jump to 80 or $90. Video games aren't worth that price. There are very few video games I've played where I'm like, you know what? I would have spent more on this game if it cost more. So like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk 2077, Red Dead Redemption 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, games like that respect my time and give me way more content than what I thought I was getting for 60 bucks or 70 bucks. Those are games that I remember and I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Those were unique experiences that were just really, really good. Those are the type of games that can, get away with charging $100. If I could go back in time, I would spend $100 on Elden Ring if I got to experience that, or Skyrim, or the Mass Effect trilogy. But if you start having games like yearly Maddens, yearly FIFAs, or when Blizzard tries to release a new Diablo, and then they release a game, charge $80 to $100 for it, and then also have microtransactions, people can't afford this. Like right now, the economy is awful, at least in the United States. The economy is not very good. People are struggling to buy groceries, and people like my generation, I'm 31. So people around my age, it's just been like economic disaster after disaster. Oh no, we're in fear of a recession. This is like the third recession I've had to go through. I finally just bought a house last year at 30, and I feel like I'm so far behind compared to the generations that were before me. Like, people were getting married in their early 20s and having houses, and they could actually retire at a decent age, and I don't think retirement is on the table for a lot of people in my generation. And now you have these game companies that's like, well, sorry, but Mario, it's we got to charge $80 for Mario. It's only like the 10th Mario Kart game. We have to charge it. Sorry. And then for the physical copy that doesn't even have a cartridge in it, you have to download the physical copy. Like, you buy the physical copy for $90. It comes with a little cartridge, and it doesn't even have the game on it. You have to connect it to the internet and then download the game onto the cartridge. And that costs more money. That is insane to me. That is crazy. And when you look at the specs of the Nintendo Switch, I am not impressed with the Nintendo Switch 2 specs. I don't know. It's like Nintendo is just always behind. And I don't understand why Nintendo fans put up with it. Like, they're advertising 1080p, and if you have it docked, it can do up to, I think, 4K. Uh, I don't remember the specs when it's docked. I know the specs are better when it's docked, but the handheld version, I mean, it's 2025. I feel like we should have the technology to be a little bit better than 1080p, like 40 frames per second or whatever. I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk is coming out for the Switch 2, and their target frame rate was like 40 frames per second. I mean, it for the next generation of Switch, like, this is gonna be out for the next couple years. I don't know, I was expecting, more than 40 frames per second. I feel like we should have that technology by now. So I don't know. I'm just not that impressed with the Switch 2, especially for that asking price of like basically $500 or more. I don't know, but I really hope that if anything positive comes out of this, I do hope that some of these game companies start to just price their games outside of the norm, and they price it what they think is worth it. Because I feel like they're going to find out real fast when people have to decide between, do I get groceries or do I get my $100 yearly Madden? I feel like people are going to stop giving money to these companies. And I feel like review codes and like review copies from YouTubers and media outlets, I feel like reviews are going to hold a lot more weight, because when people have to basically fork out $100 ish, like with taxes and everything, about $100. We're rounding up here. And that's not even including like if you get like a special edition of a game. Like, normally special editions were $100 to $200 depending on like what they have in the collector's edition. So obviously those are all going to go up in price as well. And if people have to decide on groceries or a new video game, I feel like these reviews are going to hold a lot more weight, and people are going to start paying more attention to reviews. If someone's favorite YouTuber is like, well, this game's it's not the greatest, it's more like a 7 out of 10. I feel like people aren't going to justify spending that money on 7 out of 10 games. If you're going to charge this kind of money for video games, your game has to be like perfect. It can't have issues. It can't launch buggy and glitchy and then hope that people wait 2 or 3 months to get patches and fixes to fix the game and get it into a playable state. I mean, right now, the past couple years, indie games have been popping off like crazy because they're cheaper, they're made with love, and they can get them out fairly quickly. I mean, look at just smaller game studios like Helldivers 2. The game was cheaper, it popped off. People love Helldivers 2. It was only like $40 and it sold like crazy. Schedule 1 has been booming the past week. Like, that game was made by like 2 people, and it's very popular. Palworld last year. Palworld was made by a very small studio, and it just exploded. So I think indie games is where it's at. So this might be a blessing in disguise. Like, go for it. I say go for it, Nintendo. Obviously, I would like games to stay cheaper, around like the $70 mark. Even that, like, $70 is still way too high for most video games. But if they're going to do this, and the video game industry is going to take this leap and start charging whatever the hell they want for video games, I feel like they're going to find out very quickly that people are fed up and they're not going to accept just the yearly just Ubisoft game. Yeah, you're either going to have to innovate and make games good and worth the price point, or people aren't going to buy them and they're going to switch to indie games. I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this and sort of just vent my frustrations, because that's the whole point of this channel, is just to talk about things with you guys and, rant. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Any and all comments are welcome. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, that we don't miss out on any future Swanee Rants videos. And I will talk to you guys next time.